So I moved to Maine back in the late 80s and lived there for about 12 years. I lived in Pembroke, which was right on the coast of Maine near the New Brunswick border, and moved back about year 2000 and bought this motorcycle. It's a GL 1000, 1975 with a English Watsonian sidecar. And so I bought it and drove it around the Bay Area for a couple of years, and then I brought it up to Southern Oregon and kept it here and drove it to 1 year to all across Baja, California, Mexico. And done a lot of trips with it and had a lot of fun with it. My son was pretty much raised in it, Ricky. He, at 1 year old, I strapped his kid's seat into the sidecar, and he went along. And so I brought it up to Oregon and kept it here for probably 15 years, maybe longer. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, I found a business card that was left on the motorcycle with a little note saying, "Do you want to sell it?" And at that time I wasn't interested in selling it. And so I just put the card on top of my microwave and sort of forgot about it. And then I listed it this year or last year on Craigslist. And I get a phone call, and it's the same person, Sophie, who's behind the camera right now, that she wanted to buy it, and she saw it on Craigslist, and it was kind of a miracle that she put her card there, and then 5 years later she happens to ping Craigslist, and there it is, the bike's there, and she wants to bring it back of all places to Maine. And I was like, wow, the timing is right, and the location is perfect, and it's like a great documentary. But so to find out that she's got more of a purpose than just driving the bike across the country, it's involved with some horses and some land, and I don't know the entire story, but it sounds like a great story. And it's going to begin on this bike from Southern Oregon going to Maine, and there's going to be a story told all the way across the country. So chime in and follow her across the country at Dog Blue. This is Ricky, my son.
Felker, hi. How's it
And
going?
I've owned the bike for over 15 years, a sidecar and Honda Goldwing. And he was basically 1 year old when he was riding in it as a baby.
Grew up
with a sidecar. And we've driven it all over the West Coast. And it's been a great bike to us. And we're glad to see that, Sophie, that you bought it and you're going to be taking it to Maine, where Ricky was born, in Machias, Maine. So it's just a wonderful story that's leaving where I came back from Maine and bought the bike the first couple of months I came back from the West Coast, and now it's going back to Maine, which is an awesome story. So we're very happy for you and very happy that...
Wish you luck on your journeys.
Have a safe journey, yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be with you the whole way through.
Absolutely,
Yeah, you
we
will.
will be with you.
Thank you, guys.
Right, when I came back from Maine to the West Coast, I saw the bike for sale in the first couple of months in Bakersfield. I went down and bought it from a guy named Skip. I think his last name was Baker, and he holds the land speed record on sidecars. His wife holds the land speed record for females, and he holds it for males on a sidecar that he built, not this particular bike, but a Beamer with a custom made, he was an engineer and machinist, and so he built the sidecar that he raced on the Salt Flats. And I think today he still holds the land speed record in the Salt Flats.